Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I will be sharing how to write a bi-weekly budget if you get paid every 2 weeks. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. For the budget we will be working with today, I will be going off of my previous income as a CNA, which was $12.50 an hour, and that's approximately $2,000 a month gross income. What you would do, you would use your net income, only you bring home. I'm just keeping it at 2,000 to make the numbers even. So that's $12.50 an hour times 40 hours a week times 4 weeks in a month, $2,000. So living paycheck to paycheck, having no savings already, being a single parent with 3 kids, also receiving around $600 a month on SNAP food stamps. At one point in time, when my husband was out of state, I did receive food stamps. This is a guess. I'm thinking it was around that much, so I'm just saying 600. And then we will also cover the 1040 savings challenge. I don't know. I may get to discuss these in this video, or you may see them in the savings challenge video. But either way it go, let's get started. The first step to writing your budget, you need to make a plan. You need to plan out what you're gonna do with that money. So we will be working with February of 2024. In February, you'll either get a paycheck on the 8th and the 22nd, or you'll get a paycheck on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. Okay, so I got those written out. And then going off that budget of $12.50 an hour, if you do the math, then you subtract the $5 automatic savings, that'll put you at $9.95 a paycheck. So for 2 paychecks, you'll bring in $19.90, and for 3 paychecks, you'll bring in $29.85. Okay, and we do know that we receive $600 in SNAP every month. All right, so on the last video, I did the budget plan for if you got paid twice that month. On the last video, I'm not a wasteful person, so I'm using the other half of the paper for the other bi-weekly budget. So this one is if you get paid 3 times, the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. So what I may do is just fold it like this for now, just to keep from being distracted. All right, so we start with that budget plan. So we know we have rent on the 1st, and it's $700. Okay, the 9th is phone, $80. On the 20th is the gas bill, and it is $50. The 24th will be the water bill. That one is $50. And then on the 25th, we'll have the electric, and that one is $200. All right, calculator. Okay, so we total the bills. Okay, so 700. This calculator so small. 780 plus 50. I'm giving me another calculator. I didn't realize this one would get on my nerves so bad. Okay, so that leaves $1,080. Okay, we started with $2,985. So we'll see what the difference, 2,985 minus 1,080. We have remaining $1,905. All right, so we can't have $1,905 remaining. We got to do something with this money. So of course, our next step would be to list out all of our variables, and the variables are, let's see, these are the fixed expenses, and those are bills that you have to pay. You have to pay these bills. You have no choice, and they're usually a fixed amount. They usually don't change, or they're close. Variables, they are bills that do change. You can move money around, things like groceries, because that's one of mine. I have to budget for groceries, and also saving, because that's important. We need to be saving. Um, every single one of our paychecks, we need to have some money coming out for savings, because that's the goal. Also, I want everyone to use this category, miscellaneous, and I've said it in every video, is because we don't know that we don't know how we'll mess up. We will make mistakes because this budgeting is new, and we have to get used to it. So we have to plan for those mistakes. And what we'll do, we'll just put money in this envelope. And that way, if we run out of money in our groceries and other envelopes, we'll have that. But we will also track that envelope as well in our tracker. Let's see. We'll track it in our expense tracker. I told y'all to grab an extra notebook. So, whenever if you have to use money out this miscellaneous envelope, whatever you purchase, you'll come and write it in this book. Because remember, part of our plan, we have to track our expenses. And I know many people is not going to be willing to go backwards and do a lot of searching. But moving forward, that's something that's important. All right, let's keep moving along. So, how do we know how much money to put in these? We have $1,905 left over. The way to know how much money you would put in these is you would have to track your expenses. You would have to sit down, look over your bank statements from the last few months, see how much money you've been spending on groceries. Try to get an estimate. You'll have to look at all receipts, and if you can find them. So that's the reason why I suggest this miscellaneous, because it's not easy going backwards tracking expenses if you didn't have a plan for it, or you have receipts everywhere and you bought stuff out your account and some stuff with cash. Your money's just not in one place. So that's why I say it'll be easier going forward to track it that way. But we'll just say I look back over my expenses and I realized that I've been spending around $300 a month on groceries. Now, mind you, we do get that $600 in SNAP every month, but this has been extra that's been needed for groceries. Okay, next, savings. What we will do, if you've been following along the series, you would know the budgeting rule, 50, 30, 20, it suggests that we save 20% of our total income in savings. I said that I know we won't always hit that mark, the way things are today. But if we can, that's definitely what we'll do. So we have $1,900 left over. That's more than enough money to hit that goal. So if we want to save 20% of our income, that $29.85, that'll be $597. I already did the math. Okay. Also, I did track my expenses, and I realized that we've been spending around $100 a month on household supplies. So, and then for miscellaneous, I decide to put about $300 in there, just because I don't expect to go over on any of these, but just in case, I don't want a whole lot of money in there. Okay, so let's see what we working with now. Okay, 300, 597, 300, and 100. Okay. 1297. Okay, and we'll see how much we have remaining. Now that's good that we'll be able to meet that 20%. Okay, how much remaining? We started with 1905 minus 1297 equals. That leaves us with $608. All right, so what do we do out of this $600? What are we gonna do with this money? We don't need it for our bills. We got that covered. We don't need it for our spending categories. We got that covered. So what you would do, you would choose to spend it on something that you need. Like if you have birthdays coming up, events coming up, you need to be writing that stuff down on your calendar and keeping up with it. If you have a birthday coming up and you just figure out how much money you'll need for that birthday and put it in. If I did nails, if you're a person like to get your fingernails done, you can do that and set you up every 2 weeks to get your nails done. If it just depends on what you want to do with this money. But me, my goal is to save as much as I can. I'm already saving money right here. I'm already saving in other ways, but since everything is covered, I'm going to save some more money. So what I'm going to do, okay, this is a savings challenge. You save $80 every paycheck. If you get paid every week, it's $40 a paycheck. But if you get paid every 2 weeks, it's $80 a paycheck. And by the end of saving up for 6 months, you will have $1,040. But like I think it'll be a little extra because we do have a couple extra paychecks in this one. So if it was normally just twice a month, it would add up to be 1,040. But if you follow it out like this, then it'll add up to be more for February with the extra checks. Okay, so I have, I'm on the 1st, 15th, and 29th budget. So that's how much I need to save if I'm following this. So 80 times 3, that's $240. Okay, so for that $1,040 saving for February, I need $240. So let's budget that challenge. So, what I say? 240. Okay. Out of that 240, what am I gonna do with that? Let's see. I told y'all I got a plan now. We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get our house and everything right. Let's figure it out. Okay. Now we got some money, extra money. We don't know what to do with. I'm not ready to start my sinking funds yet. I'm starting those with my tax money. So what am I gonna do with this extra 200? If you don't know what to do with it, go back to your financial goals. Go back and look. That's what they are there for. Okay, we ain't dealing with income, savings. We already working on that, so we're not gonna focus on that. If you have debt, you don't even need to be doing these challenges. You pay off your debt first. Like after you get all that and all that added up, next is debt. If you have a credit card, you would put it up here with your fixed expenses, but you would only budget the minimum. And then you'll budget for the minimum just in case if something ever happened. That's all you'll be but used to paying. But what you would do when you have extra like this, that whole 240 need to go toward that debt. If it's a credit card, you paid the minimum already, but you got that much left over, pay some of it off. That's how you tackle debt. You don't too much spend money. You don't do them sinking funds and stuff. I mean, get rid of your debt first. Budgeting, we're not gonna worry about. We don't need no budgeting stuff. Investing, we just starting budget. This is our very first budget, so we ain't gonna worry about that. Yeah, that's coming. My extra stuff I had in my plan was credit repair and also to stock my home with food and essentials. So me and my husband, what we do is 2, sometimes 3 times a year, we'll go to like Sam's Club. We'll go to different stores and we'll stock up our home. So we'll, have a few $1,000, a couple $1,000 to be honest, and we'll go and we'll stock up on bulk, like bulk ketchup, bulk ranch, bulk, all that type of stuff that we don't have to run back and forth to the grocery store. So like I set a stock up. I'll have like a stock up envelope, and I'll just start putting money in that. And we usually go around April. We usually go around November, and a lot of times I try to go right before the summer. But usually I don't have to do a lot right before the summer when the kids get out of school. So that's why I have a plan to stock up my home. I need to get things back on track with that. So looking at my financial goals, I think that would be something good for me to focus on right now. That's what I'm going to do. So out of this, let me see. We have 608 minus 240 for the savings challenge. That leaves 368. All right. That 368, the whole thing is going in stock up. So right now it's February. I'll have $368 ready for my April grocery shopping trip. But what I'll do between now and then is just keep adding money to it. Now, it won't be some thousands between now and April. It would have been if I had been saving, but I've been off track. So I'm going to add to it, and I'm going to figure out how much I'll need for my November trip. And then between April and November, I'll refill it. And it's just going to keep going like that. Okay, so stock up, and that got us down to 0. And that's the goal. That's the plan. This is a 0-based budget. So the goal is to assign every dollar a job and not have any loose money hanging over, no leftover. So we reached our goal. All right, we're moving on to part 2 of our plan, which is to get your calendar out. So you need to look at the whole month, the whole overview of the month. So the first part is to write out a plan. After that, you just follow out your plan on this calendar. So what we need to do before we get to this, okay, so we getting paid. We need to write out our paydays because we know we're getting paid on the 1st. And that's $9.95. We getting paid again on the 15th. $9.95. And again on the 29th. $9.95. Okay, so with these bills, we can't take all of these out of, like the rent due on the 1st. Wait. Let me say that right. This is February's budget. February 2024. So this rent that's in here is March 1st rent. Right now, we're at the end of January. If you pay rent on February 1st, you would already know that it would have to come out of January paychecks. So that's why I didn't start with no February rent. That's March rent. I almost said that wrong. But we know that, that's a lot of money to be coming out of one paycheck. Plus, you got other bills coming out that paycheck too. So the best thing to do is I like to split them up between the paychecks. I usually split them even, but look, it's your budget. You can do anything, whatever works for you. So this one I'm not going to split even. I'm just going to make something up just to show you that you can do anything you want to do. So normally I would split the rent in half by every pay and put, not half, but by 3 and put it a little bit on each check. But since we do have an extra pay period, I believe what I'm going to do is just take the rent out this last check because it's due the very next day anyway. I need groceries, household, and stuff, bills up here. So I don't want to have to wait all the way to the very last day of the month and stuff some more grocery money. So the most important stuff I'm going to get out of these 2 checks. This one is going to be the least important stuff, like that rent that'll be due the next day. And, I think that'll be the smartest thing to do. And so the rent, we'll put that on the last check. So the rent is $700. Okay. And then what else do I have? The groceries. Let's see. Y'all, dang. I'm not even gonna edit that out. The groceries. Okay, so we splitting all that stuff, like I said, between two checks. I don't normally put groceries on the calendar, variables. Let me write that too. These are the variable expenses because they do change. The numbers can change. They don't always stay the same. I don't write my variables on this calendar, but I do use it as a guide to kind of help me. So like I said, I'm going to take all of that out of that check. So groceries and everything else will come out of these two. So really, I just need to split those in half. So half of 300, I would put 150 a paycheck for that one. Okay, so with the savings category, half of that it leaves some change. When you do the math, let me show you. 597 divided by 298.5. I don't deal with change because all my change go into a change jar, change challenge. So I don't deal with change. I round everything up to $1. So what I'll do is instead of doing that change, I'll do 298, I believe, and plus 299, and that'll still give us 597. So, I'm not gonna write it on there. I almost messed up, moving too fast. So one check will be 298, and the other check will be 299 coming out of there, and then half of this is 150 a check, and half of this is $50 a check. Okay, savings challenge. Let me see. That's I put that as a fixed expense, so I don't think I'm gonna split that up. Let me figure that out if I want to split that up right quick. You know what? I have some notes over here to the side, but I'm not following them, and I'm thinking I don't think I'm gonna split that up. I'm gonna keep this here as a fixed expense, and just take that out probably the last check, or I don't know. Since I don't know, we're gonna put it right here. Okay, so we got the 1040, and then we also got the stock up. So let's see. I might just treat these like variables on this check, just because. See, this is what I do. This is what I do when I do my real budget. I just sit there and I figure it out. Okay, what do I need to do? So now we got everything split up. I'm not gonna split these bills up here because they already small. So now we just list them on the calendar. So we got the rent. On the 9th is the phone bill, $80. I always put the amount too. The 20th is the gas bill, and it's 50. The 24th is the water. You already made your plan on this paper, and now you don't even really have to think. You just following it out, plugging in the numbers where they go, the date, with the name of the bill, and the amount. Okay, so now we have all bills accounted for. Okay, and we have our variables we'll get to. We have that 1040 challenge, and we have our 368 stock up. All right, let's move on. All right, what I do next is I get my highlighters. Okay, so I choose a different color for each pay period. I think this time I will do blue, orange, and yellow. We have 3 paychecks. So let me start with, I don't want to start with blue. I want to start with orange. So you highlight your payday, and then every bill that's due on that paycheck, you highlight that as well with that same color. Okay, I will do blue next. So the next payday is blue. And then on that check, gas bill, water bill, and keep going. Electric bill, okay. And then this one, do a yellow. Okay, so let me see. This right here, what I want to do. I do have enough to put it right here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So that 1040 challenge, I'm going to go ahead and just plug it in. Normally, I don't. I usually, since it's a extra savings, I usually put it as a variable. But in this budget, I set it kind of as a variable. I mean, as a fixed expense because it's just one payment that I got set. You know, this is just stuff that I definitely have to split up. This one, I just got it budgeted into my main budget. So that's why I'm going to treat it like a bill. So I'm just going to take it out from over here now. Since I found a place for that. That was $240. Highlight that yellow. You know, you just got to work with it. Nobody is going to come to your house, get your paycheck, get the paper, and sit down and do this. You have to make time. You know, that's why in them other videos, I suggest you set your alarm and stuff. Do some not hobby, but like I'm drinking teas with mine. You know, something relaxing just to get you in the mood to do this. Okay, and then this stock up, I am going to treat this as a variable just because it is a bill. I mean, it is money that's not a bill. So if I do need to move some money around, I can move that around. So the best thing to do with these, I think, would be to, I'm not going to use my pencil, to split it up. Let me get my calculator. So let's see, 368 divided by 3 paychecks. That give us some change too. 122.66. 122. If I do 122 plus 123 plus maybe 122 equals 367. Okay, I'm one off. So let me say, to split it by 3 paychecks, I'm gonna divide it up and do 122 on one check plus, just so I don't have to deal with the change, plus 123 on another check, and then plus another 123, and that equals up to that 368. So that's how we'll do that. Okay, so now we have our plan, and it's complete. Let me take this off because you don't want to leave nothing on there that you didn't do because confuse yourself. If I had white out, I would white that out. I don't like scribbles. Okay, we got all that done. Now let me move on. The last step will be writing out your actual budget. So again, this paper I used to show on my last video. If you got paid twice, I'm not a wasteful person, so I'm gonna use the other side of this. This time we have 3 paychecks. Let's see. You don't need a ruler, but I just like to split my paper in. You know, give myself, that's enough room. Give myself some room. I'm gonna use the edge of this book to write out my budget. So I just make enough spaces for each paycheck. This time, last time I had 2 paychecks. This time I have 3. Okay, so you just get a blank piece of paper, some scrap paper and a pencil because you will be erasing stuff. You get your budget plan and your calendar so you can see everything out in front of you. Okay, and then, let's see, I will need my calculator. Okay, so when you start your budget, we start the same way every time. Start with your income. Every payday. I ain't supposed to write payday. I saw the word payday. On the first, you get a check. $9.95. All right. What bills will we pay? The phone. So that's minus 80. $9.15. I'm gonna tell my husband, I need you to donate me a calculator. He'll buy me. He bought this one. Now I said, run in the Dollar Tree and get me a calculator. I didn't realize it'd be like that though. All right, the next payday is the 15th, and then $9.95. And on that paycheck, we have the gas bill. So that's minus 50. $9.95 minus 50. $9.45. Okay, and then the water, which is 50. So $9.45 minus 50. That's $8.95. Okay, and then I just did the water. Oh, electric. I'm like, I just did the water. Electric, and that's 200. Okay, so then the $8.95 minus 200, that leaves you $6.95. Okay, that's all the bills out of that check. Keep it moving on the 29th, $9.95. Okay, 29th, $9.95, and we'll pay the rent, which is $700. These nails too. $700. It's $295. Okay, rent and the 1040 challenge, which is $240. Minus $240. $55 left over. All right, so we got everything off the calendar wrote down. We can move it out the way and get over here with our budget plan. So now we have all these fixed expenses wrote out. We need to do our variables. Groceries, savings. I'm scribbling, but it's all right. Miscellaneous, household. And then I did say that I was going to go ahead and do that stock up and split it between those checks. So now, in your actual budget, you will write all that out. But since this is just a rough draft, I'm going to abbreviate. Okay, so we have our variables. And we through with the fixed. We down to the variables in this. Okay, so we said we was going to do 150. Oh, wait. Nope, I'm wrong. Remember, we not stocking anything else out of these checks, but stock up. Because remember, I budgeted these out of the first two checks because I said, okay, I didn't want to wait down here and put groceries and household. I want to get it all up here. So that's why we not putting groceries and stuff down there, because we budgeted all of that up here. Stock up. Remember I said that's extra. So it can be moved and we'll move it. All right. So now you just plug in the numbers. Follow out your plan. Groceries, we budgeted $150 a week. A check. Savings, $298, and then $299. Miscellaneous is $150 a check. And household is $50 a check. Stock up, we have 122, 123, and 123. Okay, so move that out the way. And let's do the math. We're starting over here with 915. Go ahead and get that 695 and 55. Okay. I can already tell I'm gonna be over right here. 55 minus 123. Yeah, I'm already gonna be over. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. I was gonna say it would be pointless to put this right here knowing that I'm gonna be over. I can see it already. But I'm gonna go ahead and work it out just so I can show y'all how I work that out. Okay, so we do 915 minus 150 minus 298 150 minus 50 minus 122 equals. Okay, we have 145 left over. So on the budget, 695 minus 150 minus 299 minus 150 minus 50 minus 123. Okay, we over budget by 77 because it's negative 77. So that means we would have to go in a negative in order to come up with that other $77. And this right here, that means we have 145 more than we need to on that week. Okay, this one we know will be negative. So minus 55 minus 123. That leaves negative 68. All right. So over budget on these weeks, under budget on that week. So we know basically all this money is gonna have to go up there. The fold envelope that we'll move to is stock up. That's not that important. I mean, we're gonna hold on to that money, so it's not needed right now. So I need to take $77 off of stock up and move it up to this week. So I can go ahead and erase the end number because I know that's gonna change anyway. Because I'm doing some math now. So all right, so oh dang, y'all. I can't move too fast and then we done forgot what numbers it is. Look, I already about forgot. Moving too fast. It's been a long day. Call center, you know. Anyway, negative 77. So I need to take 77 from stock up right here. So 123 minus 77. That leaves $46. So I took 77 out of stock up right here. I need to move 77 to stock up here. Now, when you move in these envelopes, you make sure that you keep it in the same category. You can't move from stock up right here and put it in groceries or miscellaneous. It have to go to the same. Okay, so we had 122, and we not subtract. We add 77, and that gives us 199. Okay, so since we already evened this out, let me go ahead and do the math. 695 minus 150 minus 299. Oh, I thought I messed up. 46 and minus 46 equal. I be having to get quiet when this calculator I'm doing this. Minus 46 equals 0. All right, 0. That is the goal. We're working on a zero-based budget. There's no need for me to add that one yet because I still see a problem. So I know it's going to have to go up there too. So we moving from stock up So we have 123 in stock up. We need to take that $68 out of it. So minus 68, that leaves you with 55. 55 in stock up. So let's tell you it's 0. Okay, so you need to move that 68 up here to this stock up. We have 199, 199 plus that 68. That leaves 267. All right, so 915 minus 150 minus 298 minus 150 minus 50 minus 267 is 0. Yay! We definitely got to get those smiley faces in there because we made it to a zero-based budget, and that is the goal. Now that you have your budget wrote out on rough draft, what you would do, you would come to your book that has our financial goals. Remember, that's page 1. We'll come to this book, and your January budget would already be in here. And then February. So you would just copy everything over here. I like to write it on scratch just because I have to erase, but I like to keep my book neat and clean. So I'll rewrite it over here, and I'll make sure that I match up my colors with my highlighter. First week, second week, third week. That way it just helps me stay on track, and I like to write it out looking all neat. Okay, so what you do, you get your shoebox, get your envelopes, and I've already wrote them out, but you would just make an envelope for everything. So I have rent, phone, gas, water, electric, the 1040 challenge, and then I have groceries, savings, miscellaneous, household, and stock up. Okay, so what you would do on your payday, you would go to the bank first thing that morning, and you will take out $9.95. You would put $80 in that phone envelope, $150 in the groceries envelope, $298 in that, and just do it like that. Okay, between the 1st and the 15th, you'll go grocery shopping. So what you would do is grab the SNAP. Now what I did, when I had mine, I budgeted those too. When I was getting them, I would split it and do a week's worth. So just say for 600, I would split that up and do all together. I'm spending what 6, 7, 8, 9 on groceries. So I would just split that by however many paychecks, the total amount, and then spend so much off SNAP, so much cash. Because I already know I'm spending cash anyway. But you'll get your, you'll sit down and you'll put your money in these envelopes. And then whenever you get ready to go grocery shopping, I would take my groceries envelope, my SNAP card, and my miscellaneous envelope, because we don't know where we going to mess up. I mean, a lot of people would probably say leave it at home, but no, we're not taking that chance, because if we get in the store, we spend too much, we don't want to look crazy. So we're going to have that extra money over here. We only gonna plan to spend what we budgeted for, but that's there just in case. So if you buy groceries and all you have left in your groceries is $50, but your bill come up to be $63, then you know you'll have to take that other $13 out of miscellaneous. So then when you come back home, you'll get your expense tracker book that I showed you and sit down and write your expense. Whatever you you would do $13 on this date at Walmart for groceries. And that's how it will go. I figured I better go ahead and show that part just because I have not shown it in any of those videos. Every video have different, a little bit of different information. So it is good to watch them all. Just skip the duplicate parts. But let me just go on and be clear on this. Okay, you get 600 a month in SNAP. You know you're gonna have to get groceries for the month. So what? Let's see. A good plan would be to split it. You know you're gonna be going grocery shopping here, so I would do 300 off my SNAP card this paycheck and for groceries, and then I would do 300 off of my card for this paycheck. I'm writing in pencil because I'm gonna have to erase this. But so basically, you will have $450 to spend for the first 2 weeks, $450 to spend for the last 2 weeks of the month. Um, this paycheck is on the first. So just say for instance, if you get your SNAP on the 5th or the 8th or 10th or whatever. So you will use this cash that first week, go to the grocery store and get some stuff to last you through until you get these. Then when you go get these, you'll go get you enough to last you through until you get paid on the 15th again. So I also meal plan, which I'll do some of that later on, but I also do meal planning too. So I'll sit down and I'll figure out, okay, from if that 150 got to get me from Monday to Sunday, what all am I gonna cook this week? I'll figure out what meals I'm gonna cook this week, and usually, how many three. Am I gonna cook 3 times for it? And what we gonna eat in between? And then I will sit there and write that out, my weekly plan on that. And then I'll go to the grocery store and buy the ingredients I need for those meals, plus extra stuff that we'll need like milk, bread, and sugar, butter, whatever. But you're supposed to keep all that sugar and stuff stocked up. That's what we're gonna do with that. But I just wanted to show this part too, how to budget that, because I have not shown that. But that's what I would do. If you could screenshot this. Okay, we have our budget for February. We will work on our budget for March, and we'll work on a tax refund budget. I will have all of these videos out before February the 1st. Every video will be out. So this will give you plenty of time to look over all this information, look over all these videos, and it'll give you time to sit down and write out your own budget with your real income and everything, and be prepared. So right now, you should write out your February budget, but I also want you to screenshot this to be thinking about sinking fund categories. Sinking funds, that's stuff like Christmas, saving for a new car, stocking up your home, stuff like that. So I will start saving in some of these categories using my tax refund, just because that will be extra money and it'll be a lot easier to start it then than on my regular paychecks. Also, these can be used as variable expenses. So variables on here that I see would be like eating out, or if you smoking, if you want some spending money, if you go shopping every week and you just want that, hobbies, just whatever that you do on a regular basis could be good for variable expenses. So be thinking about some categories that you would like to save for instance, Christmas. So February, if I want to shop for Black Friday, just say I want $1,000 saved up for Christmas, and I plan to shop Black Friday. I know that I need to have that $1,000 saved up by November something before Black Friday. So what I would do, I would sit down and figure out how many paychecks I'll get between now and then, divided by the number of paychecks, and that'll tell you how much you need to be saving every paycheck. So just think about these sinking fund ideas, and we'll get started on that with the tax refund. Found any value in this video, I ask that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. It does help my channel grow. If you have any questions, comments, any ideas, leave them down in the comment section. I read all my comments and I will respond as soon as I can. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed year.